So, this one is entitled Ling. So you got listen out to see in terms of any voice change, and that kind of sound like a girl and sound like a dude, right? Almost grande in appearance as she assumed a seductive stance, with her left leg slightly bent, with a sultry smile on her face and radiant features that suggest lineage from an Asian continent. Her long black silky hair formed a rich tapestry of intrigue and mystification as it blew in the wind, as her intoxicating beauty, unlawful elegance and murderous looks became a greater sin. As her enthralling attire clung effortlessly to her curvaceous physique, which seemed so scrumptious and finger-licking. I know Sparrow said all sorts was sweet, but today was an exception. I wanted fried rice and sweet and sour chicken. It was the woman of my dreams that materialized within my reality. So clearly I was dreaming. And if this wasn't a dream, then I must have been consciously fantasizing. And if this wasn't a fantasy, then surely I must have died and heaven became my final resting place. Because what other rationale can be given for this gorgeous angelic being revealed visibly in front of my face? As I approached her territory with resolve in my stride, transforming into a courageous lion, reuniting with my pride, as my ferocious paws gave a salutation from side to side, I became the well-respected Dr. Jekyll. No more Mr. Hyde. It was the battle of the century. Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee. Jackie Chan versus Jet Li. Enter the Dragon versus Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But in this karate movie, I was the king of Kung Fu. Big Daddy Mac girls them sugar, aka Master Wu. As I recoiled my tongue to launch the first verbal punch that was sweeter than a Kool-Aid mix, like an old martial arts film, the voice from my heart wasn't in sync with the words from my lips. I was actually intimidated and petrified as I tried to impress a mask under my alpha male disguise, but that didn't stop her from seeing right through these cold-blooded snake eyes as I appeared so unnatural, like a baby that never cries, a rose that never dies, a plane that never flies, or even a politician that never lies. I felt naked and exposed. In my self-defense, I put on my clothes, presented a macho pose, and enunciated a male chauvinistic prose. Psst. Sugar? How you doing? My name is not Sugar, it's Ling. So refrain from calling me sweeting, besting, or even tongue-ting. And yes, I have tattoos, piercings, and a tongue ring, but that doesn't give you justification for believing I'm some sleazy one-night fling or a notorious bad thing. For your information, I'm only entertaining audiences that possess Bill Gates' money and drive expensive rides that start with acronyms of A or B. So you see, there's no chance in hell I allowed you to give me that D. But Sue, your utterances have subtle undertones of a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger, you imbecile. I searched for blood diamonds by the river. I know that it was somewhat adorable the way I saw you waving at me with such great admiration, but unfortunately it looked like you were suffering from premature gesticulation. Furthermore, you have been misconstrued. Personally, I find you vehemently rude, preposterously crude, and plagued with iron deficiency, since you clearly lack testicular fortitude. Plain and simple, although this table is well dressed, there will be no eating of food. Even if you were the last man on earth and we need to procreate for the existence of humanity to survive, you stood a better chance of looking for Gina and Dinah. Oh God! Oh God, Ling, I'm just trying to find out if all things are made in China. So there's no need to be so volatile. I'm just promoting a drug called love that makes even heroin seem mild. As you reach into the depths of her womanly possessions, pulling out a piece of paper from her extravagant chamber, with great astonishment she began to write her mobile number. As I clutched a numerical passcode that represented the combination code to her heart, or the coordinates to understanding her complex emotional chart. A day elapsed, and it was time to make the momentous phone call. As the phone began to ring, I started to visualize how wonderful my life with Ling would be. I gasped when someone picked up the phone and said, "Hello? Welcome to KFC." I believe I one more that I call it and fill out a pack.